Hey everyone, you're listening to Party Time, My Golf Story with Kevin Walsh, and whatever special guest he has today, you can check me out on episode 9 of the podcast. Today I'm wearing Grayson clothes while I'm out practicing because I believe in look good, play good, and follow me on Instagram, Sophia Warren Golf, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
It's Party Time, My Golf Story, brought to you by Party Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers. And the golf real estate pros Gene Walsh and Vince Visicaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com. Now here's your host, Kevin Walsh.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program. We have a younger guest who is very popular on YouTube. And a little backstory on him, I caddied for him not long ago, and it created a buzz at the place. Hey, do you know who that is? Do you know who that is? I didn't know who it was, but then I looked him up and spent a long part of the afternoon with him and had a really good time with Cole BustaJack Lantz. Good player, good content creator on YouTube. If you haven't seen his videos on YouTube, I would suggest you do that because he's just a golfer's golfer, the soul of golf. There's some fun and there's some camaraderie and everything. But I think really at the core of it, and what I saw on that day that I caddied for Cole, was he loves golf. And sometimes the golf, wherever you are, is just enough. My kind of guy. Before we go any further, if you haven't subscribed to the podcast, would you do so? Because that matters to the nerds at YouTube, at Spotify, at Apple, and everything else. And leave a comment as well. Big thanks to our title sponsors, Party Drinks. If you're looking for a drink alternative on the golf course and you're tired of crappy seltzers or repurposed drinks that somebody said, oh, this will be good for golf, but it's really meant for the beach or something else, try Party for golfers, by golfers, and that makes all the difference. If you don't have Party at the golf course where you play, get in touch with the beverage staff or the golf staff and say, hey, we need this stuff here. And by the way, Party is sold exclusively through Paradise Craft Distributors, the exclusive distributor of Party drinks across the state of Florida, also available in New England. If golf real estate is in your future plans, it's a good time to buy, by the way. Weather's getting colder. Man, it was cold today in Florida, especially this morning, below 40 degrees. But for the most part, it's very warm in November and December. Nobody better than the golf real estate pros at suncoastdreams.com. Gene Walsh, Samantha Walsh, and Vince Visicaro, all based at Lakewood National Golf Club in Lakewood Ranch, Florida, just outside of Sarasota. They got you covered with that. And if all that golf has got you tired and you need a day at the spa to unwind, to recover from it all, BioLit Spa in downtown Sarasota is your place. All right, let's bring Cole Lantz on board here. Great to see you again, man. I had a really good time with you on the bag not too long ago. But tell me where you are right now. I'm guessing the home studio, but where are you hanging your hat or multiple hats and all your cool BustaJack Golf swag?
Well, thanks for having me. First off, I'm excited to be here and I'm excited to have a conversation. But I am in my home studio. We luckily have a little townhouse, so I have my office here, and I've got a bunch of equipment over there and big old whiteboard and stuff like that. So it's my nice little home base to relax and unwind and kind of just get away from it and shut the door and in my own little world in here.
So it's kind of a workspace and a man cave at the same time. Can you put the work away and you turn on the big screen and watch the Cowboys or whoever it is that you're watching?
Yep. Yeah, pretty much a little bit of both. I got guitar hanging in here, just a little chair behind me that I can just sit and chill or read a book or whatever, watch something. So it's my happy place, that's for sure.
So it's been about a week and a half since we saw each other, and you came to Stream Song, and I met you at Bag Drop. And as I said in the preamble, there was quite a buzz, but it also revealed a generation gap that I know exists. I know I'm a square. I know I'm an old fart, but the younger crowd, and I would say that's the guys below 30, they knew exactly who you were, and they were very excited, and they were stunned that I didn't know who you were. But this is the new way that people are consuming golf. They're doing it on YouTube. But to have you tell the story you told me, it almost BustaJack Golf almost happened by accident. Do I have that totally right or partially right? Where am I on that?
It was not really anything planned. per se. It was kind of a thing of COVID was happening right when we started it up, and that's kind of all there really was to do during that time was play golf. I know in Dallas, that's whenever we lived back in Dallas. It was not like I don't know how to say that. It's not the strongest restrictions in Texas that COVID had. So golf courses were open. So I don't know if any other places were, but that's really all there was to do at that time. So we really just played golf every day together because we grew up friends forever. And I knew how to videography, edit. I had all the camera stuff and I knew that side of the world. And we were just kind of like one day said, screw it, pulled out our iPhone, started filming each other. And I put it together real quick, a little editing. And that's really how we got started. It was kind of just a random thing of, hey, let's figure out how to do this. And if it works, it works. Let's just have fun. Because after every time we played golf, we'd go to our families and have funny stories to tell. So it was always a thing that let's just try it out. And we started filming it and people started watching for some reason.
Well, the thing I liked about my time with you is you didn't gussy anything up. There were no frills. It was just golf. It was just you talking, being yourself. I mean, you come across with nice Southern polish. You're a good Southern gentleman, and I think that's enough. That's enough for me. Is that how you see it? How you want to be?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever growing up and stuff. I was never the center of attention guy. I never was loud. I never was the outspoken extrovert, I guess. So it was always just doing my own thing, just head down, playing golf, doing, schoolwork, whatever it was. And it's kind of more of a soft-spoken side. And I think getting to that stage, you kind of have to play it up a little bit on camera just so it's not like dry and boring, obviously. But yeah, I think people, especially in the golf world, at the end of the day, people care about golf if they're watching golf. Obviously, there's some entertainment there. There's some funny moments, but just delivering golf is what the people want, and that's what I'm going to continue to do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that because this push to make golf more hip, more cool, dress it down, play music, and look, I get it. Fine, I'm an old fart and everything, but to me, golf was always enough. But if that's what it takes to get people on the golf course, I'm willing to get off my soapbox and say, fine, as long as you're there, just comport yourself well on the golf course and everything will be fine. Cole BustaJack Lantz is our guest here on Party Time, my golf story, brought to you by Party Golf Drinks. If you're looking for a drink alternative on the golf course, try Party. If golf real estate is in your plans and you're looking to live in a place like Lakewood National Golf Club in Greater Sarasota, suncoastdreams.com. It's got you covered. Gene Walsh, Vince Vizicaro, and Samantha Walsh. And if all that golf has you tired, check out BioLed Spa in downtown Sarasota. They'll get you set up. So, Cole, just a second ago, you were talking about we doing the videos and everything. You're talking about Mason. So tell me about your relationship with Mason, how far back it goes, and what that relationship is right now.
Yeah, it goes quite far back, actually. So I have a sister that's 3 years older. He has a sister that's 4 years older. So it was kind of even through our sisters that we met because they both played basketball in high school together. And at high school basketball games, you're always dribbling around a basketball, looking for something to do as a little kid, as the younger brother. So we kind of connected there. That was when we were in middle school. So it's been a long time. We played golf together in high school. He went and played college golf for a couple years, and then we kind of reconvened. Both of our paths came back together at Oklahoma State, and we were there for a couple years together. We roomed together, and then once he graduated, that's when we kind of started doing the video and YouTube stuff, and it's just kind of been same ever since. Kind of crazy. We've known each other for a long time.
When you talk about roommates, I imagine you guys probably talked about your futures together. Were there alternative business plans, and then the golf part really happened by accident? Were there other things that were maybe talked about and in the mix?
Yeah, so he's actually a year and a half older than me. So he graduated and got a job as a financial analyst, just like kind of some back end accounting stuff. And he did that for, I think, just under a year. And I was doing my senior year of college online, finishing it out because it was still kind of COVID-ish, and you can do that. So we were filming while I was doing school, and he was still working when we started. And then I think about 7 months into filming, he quit his job, and I graduated college. And we both went full time into YouTube, and it's just, we've been full time ever since. It's kind of crazy how quick that happened, and we had milestones to hit. A certain amount of followers, certain amount of revenue to hit before we were okay with him quitting his job and me not, pursuing something after college.
Can you tell me how that works? Because I think a lot of people are deeply curious about the YouTube model, how you get paid for that. Yeah. I mean, there are other ways you can get paid. You can have sponsors, and you do. Yeah. I'll get into the sponsors in just a little bit, but how does it work?
There's a bunch of different revenues of income you can have as a creator. I'd say the main one and the most reliable one is sponsors, because usually like the bigger sponsors that we have are 1 or 2 year deals. So it kind of secures, I guess, confidence that you're going to survive at least on something. But there's also just straight YouTube ad revenue. So every view, you get paid a certain amount of ad revenue, like those annoying ads that pop up. Every time you watch a YouTube video, we're getting a percentage of that because YouTube gets paid by the companies that promote the stuff. So that's a revenue. And then there's one-off ads where you just do like a minute integration in a YouTube video, and that's just a one-time thing. We sell our hats, our merch, revenue. We sell a bunch of different stuff as well. So it's kind of just a bunch of different things combined together. But sponsorships are definitely the biggest chunk of our revenue for sure.
So let's talk about your sponsors. Roback Clothing. You looked really good on the course when you were there. Yeah. And you got other cool stuff and everything. And Roback looks fantastic. I mean, it is like, that is your generation's clothes, but it looks classy. I mean, it looks perfect for the golf course. Also, Tacoma Golf Clubs, Tacoma, and Strixon. Did you approach them, or did they come to you and say, "Hey, let's do a little something"?
I think it was a little bit of both, depending on who it was. Tacoma really broke into the space of the golf creator just because it's direct to consumer. So is Roback. They're getting into more retail stuff, but I think their model that they've done is get a bunch of creators, promote the heck out of it. We have our own link, so we get a commission on if someone were to buy a Roback from our link. They went heavy on creators, and it's worked out so far, especially at the price point of Tacoma clubs. It's just super high quality clubs for a pretty low price because they've cut out that middleman. They don't have, clubs in the PGA Superstore, so they don't have to upcharge their clubs because PGA Superstore would take a cut. But it's kind of a little bit of both. Strixon, came to us, but we have agents that handle all of that stuff. So we don't even, handle the actual negotiations or anything like that. So it's all just our agent saying, "Hey, we have this, you want it or not," kind of thing.
That's good, because then you can focus on the content.
Yeah.
What's it like coming up with the content, talking about stuff? who has the heavier hand? Is it you? Is it Mason? Is it fully collaborative? Like, how do you end up where you end up? How did we meet? Like, how did you end up at Streamsong?
Well, I'd say our biggest idea that kind of gave us a lot of traction was Golf No Glory, which is we golfed in every single state in 50 weeks. And that was like our biggest idea that kind of got us on the map and got us some traction. But I'd say our ideation looks pretty similar and has always been like this, of pretty equal things. We actually have a full-time editor and videographer that travels with us everywhere, and he's super involved in the ideation. He has a really smart brain, and we love to just get together and throw out ideas. We have a group message that's always, hey, what about this? What about that? Just coming up with crazy ideas and then trying to reel it back to an actual viable idea. And it's just a never ending game. It's a hard game to keep up on YouTube, because it's like once you film something and do something, you're like, oh my gosh, finally we did it. All this prep, all this work, and it's just immediate. All right, what's next? It's such a hard game and tiring game to keep up with, for sure.
It's never ending. You just have to keep pumping it out, and that takes a lot of time. I think most viewers, I know it from my time working on TV and just doing this podcast, they just think you just turn on the microphone, blah, 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 done. It's for every half hour that we record, that's about 8 hours of work. What would you say your equivalent is for each video you do? Like, how many man hours is in on that?
It varies just based on, sometimes we do 9 holes, sometimes we do 18, how many people we're playing with. But on average, I'd say an edit takes about 20-ish hours for one video. If it's really like 18 holes, 4 people playing, it can get a little higher to like maybe 25 or 30. But it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of work that you can't avoid. Because like we hand do our tracers, like the little things that follow the ball so you know where they're going. It's just, you can't avoid that, and it's time consuming.
It sure is. When I worked on TV, I anchored the 6 o'clock show and then either the 10:30 or 11 o'clock show on the news or on Sportscast. And people would ask me all the time, what do you do in between that time? And I'm like, well, I'm writing the next show. Yeah. And they're like, they think I'm only on the air for like 5 or 6 minutes, which is true, based on my co-anchors doing half of it and all that. They have no idea, but now they know because you told them. You mentioned your videographer, but you had a different videographer on the day that we were there. Tell me about Hannah. Hey, man, congratulations. You've done well. All right. She is, what a doll. How did that happen?
Yeah, she's awesome. Yeah, we have a full-time guy named Sassy is what we call him. His real name's Caden, but that day I had my fiance Hannah, which I like a little bit better than Caden. Yeah, she's awesome. We've been dating for a little over 2 years now, and we actually went to the same high school together. Grew up in the same town, and we never talked. We knew who each other were, but never connected really. She went to Texas Tech, and then we both graduated, and then somehow we connected after we graduated back in Frisco, Texas, and it was just kind of instant. I went to see her. We went on a date, and it was just, we both knew. It was crazy. Like, we'd known each other forever. We'd follow each other for years on Instagram, and we've liked each other's posts, but like we never talked. And it was so wild when we went on that first date, and it was just an instant connection. And it took probably about a couple months till we both were like, yeah, I think this is it.
Yeah. Well, you did well. It's good to have a good partner. She was fun to be with. Her work was good, and she only hit a couple balls, but the setup was real good and everything. I mean, it seems like with a little bit of work, she can be a player. Does she understand the profound role that golf plays in your life? That it's something of a pathology, a sickness, and this is it. Sometimes, because that's tough for young couples. Sometimes, just like the time away from the romantic side of things to take care of the business side. But sometimes people think golf is just kind of goofing off, but not for you.
Yeah, for me, I probably am one of the luckiest guys out there in terms of that, because it's always a thing of, hey, can I go play golf with the boys? And it's always the wife saying no. But I have an excuse of saying, hey, I have to go to work. So that definitely helps a lot with her. And she obviously knows that I golf a lot, and that's how I make money. So it's kind of hard for her to say no. But I do even it out with going to play with her off camera and just having some fun.
Yeah, good stuff. Cole BustaJack Lantz is our guest here on Party Time, brought to you by Party Golf Drinks, the golf real estate pros of Gene Walsh, Vince Fizzicaro, and Samantha Walsh from suncoastdreams.com and BioLit Spa in downtown Sarasota. So you're a former cart boy. Now, I have this theory. You can tell a lot about it. It's like the shopping cart at the grocery store. How people handle that golf cart tells you all you need to know about their character. Do you subscribe to the same thing with golf carts?
I do subscribe. You can automatically tell when, this might be a pretty dirty cart whenever they get back, or you never really know. In terms of the course that I was working at, it was more of a high-end private club. There wasn't much public play on it because it was like $400 to play it. It was crazy. But that's where the Oklahoma State golf team practiced. So I saw a bunch of them, like Matt Wolf and Victor Hovland and stuff were there when I was working there. And that was really cool to experience. But there really wasn't much play on that course just because it was so private and expensive. But it was a lot of fun. I loved it, but it was not for me in terms of I would much rather be playing golf.
Yeah. You can't. It's a rite of passage. If you're going to get into the golf business, it's a good entry point. You don't want to stay cart boy for long. All right, it's just do your time and move on to something else. But when
really
I was
just to get access, to be honest.
Well, I mean that's the real value, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, you're not making much money, but if you could play that course, and what was the name of the course?
It's called Karsten Creek. It's in Stillwater, and they actually had a rule at that place because so many people worked there just to be able to play it that you have to work there for at least 3 months to be able to play it. It's kind of funny.
Well, that's legit, because when you have golf privileges wherever it is that you're working, if you're caddying you're the cart guy. Well, I'll just speak from the caddy perspective because I know that, because really, like, my parachuting in and out of different caddy jobs at different places. I mean, it was more about say prior to a couple of years ago, it was more about the free golf access. Mm-hmm. But I always felt that if you weren't putting in your time, if you weren't doing an appreciable amount of loops, you couldn't be the guy that showed up to play golf every Monday, every week, and do 2 or 3 loops a year and say, yeah, I caddy here. You know what I mean? Not that it's written in stone, but you got to know your place and you got to see it from the management perspective. So I totally get that. So what was it like seeing Matthew Wolf and Victor Hovland up close?
They were really cool, very genuine guys. We actually played with Matt Wolf a few weeks ago because he's down here in West Palm as well. So that was kind of a cool full circle moment of I was washing your cart off at Karsten a few years ago, and now we're playing together on YouTube. So that was a really cool moment to get to see him again. And it was just kind of crazy that they're all just regular dudes, like all these people that we get to play with, even off camera. It's just, you're a normal dude. Like, I would hang out with you. I'd go watch the football game. And it's just a crazy experience that, you kind of see all these guys as super, almost otherworldly beings. And they're just regular dudes. It's kind of wild.
Yeah, I think whatever the job is, we all wear different masks in life. Somebody who's a thoracic surgeon is probably deadly serious when he gets to the hospital and he scrubs in. But there's got to be a release. And I think golf is the one thing, as long as we have golf together, the thoracic surgeon can hook up with the plumber, because at the end of the day, you got the golf in common. So tell me about BustaJack. How'd you get that nickname? I did a little background research, always do. And apparently you had a temper as a young boy. I can't believe it.
Yeah. So the name came from, so the first part is from Mason's part. His last name is Nutt. So his nickname, you can probably infer what it was. It was like his gamer tag, all that. Busta Nutt was a huge thing. And then my nickname was MadJack, still is. And I got that from my dad. His name is Jack. My middle name is Jack. So he calls me Jack. And then I was a kid. I had a very short temper. I always got super mad. I was very competitive and just really wanted to be good at stuff. And, obviously, golf, it's very frustrating at times, and you can't be good at all times. So yeah, I would throw clubs. I broke a couple clubs, and my dad coined my name, MadJack, and it stuck forever. And then we were trying to come up with a name for the channel. We were trying to see like some golf term stuff, but it just didn't flow, and it just didn't feel right. So we combined our nicknames and got something super unique, and that's just kind of where it blossomed from.
Yeah, it's cool. And I changed your name right under your name there. I had it BustaJack, like in the middle, like that. I forgot it was MadJack. You should have told me. You should have said, "You idiot! What are you doing here?"
Well, no, I mean, either's fine. Everybody calls me either.
But what's it? I mean, are you famous? Just tell me, because people ask me about that on TV. They're like, are you recognized when you go to play? You were certainly recognized when you came to Stream Song. What's the celebrity factor, if there is any at all?
It's strange. It's definitely strange, but I absolutely love meeting fans. I'd say on a golf course, it's pretty common. Yes, just because obviously that is our target audience. I'd say in like an airport, it might happen once or twice, and it might happen zero. Like it's not a famous celebrity at all. But I do get recognized, especially at a golf course, and that's a really cool feeling, to see people that actually are real. And like, you watch my stuff, like you're a fan of me, because it's easy to get caught up in the analytics and just see numbers. And whenever you meet somebody in person and be like, you're real, like, this is cool. You actually watch my content.
Yeah, it makes their day. I know a lot of people, they were afraid to, people that they admired, either that they see online or on television or something, and they want to say something. They're afraid to do it because they think they're infringing on their time. I'd never interrupt somebody during dinner, but usually just a nice, pleasant conversation. Hey, I like your work. How are you doing? How's your day going? It makes your day. I know it made my day. And then you got a fan for life, but it's a nice interaction. I mean, that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love talking to the fans and getting to know them and just putting a face to the fans. Like it's the best. I love it.
Yeah. Cole, looking forward to seeing what you put together on Stream Song. That should be good. I mean, I saw it in person, but we both know, because we've been in the biz, what you see there is a big piece, and then it's got to be narrowed down. But you did a great job, and it was fun being with you. My final question for you, how impactful, aside from it's your living now, what does golf mean to you? How important is it? How does it live in you, and the culture of the game just define you, and what would life be like without it?
Oh man, I think golf is my life. Like obviously that's what I do for work. That's how I make money. But aside from that, it's such a great thing to compare to the game of life, pretty much. Like, there's going to be your ups, there's going to be your downs. Whenever you hit a bad shot, you got to move on. I think it's very comparable to real world life. And it's been really helpful to get that experience to even like my nickname. You know, when I was young, I was super mad. I was like, being competitive is not a bad thing, but getting mad and be like that you hate this game, you hate the world. Sometimes you just got to take a breath, calm down, and appreciate where you are. Because that's what I've come to learn, that just life is about peace and happiness. And I think golf has really, really allowed me to get to that point, because even off camera, I enjoy it. You know, like today I played with Hannah off camera, and it was just so much fun still. And it is an escape even from my job that is golf. I still go play golf to escape from my job golf. So yeah. It's kind of just always a thing that's going to be in my life. And I absolutely love the game. It's the greatest game in the world.
Well, I love to hear that it can be an escape for you, because I know I'll never forget an interview that I saw with David Faraday and Rory McIlroy. And David asked Rory, he said, "Can you just go play a round of golf for fun?" And Rory said, and I love Rory and his candor, he said, "No." And I just thought that was so sad. But I get it. I mean, he's playing at a whole different level, but I'm glad you still enjoy it, because sometimes when you start getting paid for something, it becomes a job. Yeah. But I'm glad there's that underlying love, because
absolutely,
you don't want to fall out of love with golf. I mean, what else are we going to do?
Exactly. Exactly. What am I going to do in Ireland?
Exactly.
In Scotland, you got to play golf.
Yeah. Cole, what's the best way for people to get some of your cool swag and take care of your sponsors?
Yeah, you can get any type of merch, hats at BustaJackGolf.com. I mean, that's all of our socials: YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, BustaJack Golf. If you want to follow mine, MadJack Golf, pretty simple deviation there. Kind of same thing. So whatever one you want to follow, we're always going to be posting every single day, every single week. So as long as you guys keep watching, we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah, good stuff. Again, looking forward to seeing you online, and hopefully I'll see you in person. Congratulations on the pending nuptials, and tell Hannah I said hi. I had a good time with her as well. She's a doll. You've done well. Good for you. Cole MadJack Lantz has been our guest here on Party Time. Big thanks to our title sponsor, Party Drinks. If you're looking for a drink alternative on the golf course, try Party. If you need to unwind after a round of golf, go to BioLit Spa in downtown Sarasota. And if golf real estate is in your plans, nobody better than SuncoastDreams.com, a division of fine properties in the greater Sarasota area. The golf real estate pros, Vince Vizzacaro, Gene Walsh, and Samantha Walsh, have you covered. For Cole Lantz, I'm Kevin Walsh. We'll see you again next time on Party Time, My Golf Story.
You've been listening to It's Party Time, My Golf Story, brought to you by Party Drinks. Classically designed golf drinks for golfers by golfers, and the golf real estate pros Gene Walsh and Vince Vizzacaro. For your Southwest Florida real estate needs, check them out at suncoastdreams.com or call 941-220-4000.